actively in the entertainment industry. He's been, you know, one of the things that I liked about you, Jerry, was Nosotros,
Right.
which is the most influential Latino arts organization in the country. And why did you establish that prestigious foundation?
Right. You want me to start now?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, the person that started the organization, it was not me. It was the great icon, famous actor, Mexican actor Ricardo Montalban. Ricardo Montalban from Fantasy Island, and you know, a lot of films that he did. He did. You know, the films from The Sombrero to Latin Lover. He just did. He played the Khan in the film of Rafa Khan. So he's the one that started the organization Nosotros in 1970 to improve the image and employment of Latinos in the entertainment industry, in front and behind the camera. And we also then I became, you know, I was a member, and then 5 years later, in 1970, I guess 5 or 76, I got on the board, and Ricardo Montalban was the founding chairman of the organization. And with Ricardo, you had a lot of individuals like Dickie Carr, Anthony Quinn, Cesar Romero, that came on board, Henry Darrow, that came on board to help them. Why did I get involved? You know, I would answer that question more. So then, why did I found it? It's because I saw the need. I saw that was a business that I was getting into. I saw the importance that Ricardo Montalban had started. He started a movement to give us an opportunity and give us a hope that we could get into the field that was very difficult. It still is, but it was more so back then. And give us a hope that if you want to be an actor or an artist or a writer, you could go to a place called Nosotros. And that's why I got involved, and I continued. And then I became president of the organization in 1979, and we established the Nosotros Golden Eagle Awards. So Nosotros is considered the oldest Latino arts advocacy group in the nation, and that's where a lot of other groups came from. The Imagen Awards, the Alma Awards, you know, all the awards that you see in town now, the Latino Awards, were started in part by Nosotros, because we are the oldest Latino arts, and we started with the awards called the Golden Eagle Awards. We were the first Latino awards show that was televised on CBS Channel 2 in Los Angeles, and so on. So I could go on and on and on about Nosotros because it's very dear to my heart. It's still around, and it's still a very important organization. And I stayed on as president emeritus, honorary president of the organization, once I got into politics.
Wow. And I know that the Golden Eagle Awards is equivalent to Latino Oscars according to your bio, correct? Would that be accurate?
Right. Yeah, that's what we back in 1970, in the early 70s, there was really Latinos were not included in the Academy Awards. They were not included in the Emmys or the Tonys or so forth. So we got together, a group of us, myself and other people on the board, including Ricardo Montalban, and we said, why don't we start our own awards? If they don't include us in their awards, then we start our own. And we invite. And we made it inclusive, not only for Latinos, but we invited also non-Latinos, like Frank Sinatra, like Dean Martin, like Sammy Davis, Burt Reynolds, to come and help us promote the event and promote the Golden Eagle Awards. So they would come in to honor Latino artists, like, you know, Linda Cristal and Henry Darrow and Eric Estrada, Salma Hayek. So we would always include non-Latinos to come and give awards with Latino artists to the up-and-coming artists, and Latino artists that had never been recognized. So, in other words, we would also use their influence and the notoriety of the non-Latino artists to promote it. I think that's what helped the Golden Eagle Awards get the attention that it received. So, and it was labeled the Latino Academy Awards.
So how does a person, how do they attend the Golden Eagle Awards? Like somebody like me, if I want to go next year, how do we do that?
Well, this year, which will be this coming weekend, this coming week, actually, next Monday, a week from yesterday, on the 5th, is going to be the Golden Eagle Awards with the golf tournament. They could just look it up on www.nosotros.org, and it's got all the information there. Or call up information or look it up. Nowadays, you can get everything by the internet. So just look up Nosotros, Nosotros. And Nosotros means we. So, and then you can talk to anybody that answers there. The president is Joel Gonzalez, and or Rico, and they'll give you the information on how to join. It's also online. It's only like, what, $25 a year to become a member. Oh. And you know, we have a newsletter. It's also a showcase place where you have artists. You have a lot of Latino showcases, and we sign an agreement with all the networks that we would do showcases where we would have artists do scenes, and you invite producers and directors and casting directors to come and look at up and coming talent, new or older talent that need to be seen. So it's a great place. We have classes, we have workshops, we have seminars, and a lot of those seminars are basically like, you know, like $30, where you'll pay $400 or $500 in another academy. And you don't have to be just Latino. You could be, anybody could join. We welcome everybody. But basically, it was designed to originally was to promote the Mexican American, and then Ricardo Montalban elaborated on it, and it was to promote the Latino in the United States.
Were you actually on Fantasy Island, the episode?
Yes, I did. The last season of Fantasy Island, I was the bartender, and I did, I think it was 4 or 5 episodes, and then it canceled. And I did, I played Pepe. And so that was one of my great memories that I always cherish, working with Ricardo Montalban. Later on, I became a very close friend of his. And I also ran his career and his foundations. So, but it was a big honor for anyone at that time to do Fantasy Island. So here you have a young guy at the time, you know, coming in and doing, a lot of us got our start there. Apollonia, you know, from Purple Rain, Maria Conchita Alonso, a lot of actors, Latino actors got their start in show business and television through Fantasy Island because Ricardo Montalban made a point of that, to make sure that you bring Latino young talent into the show. And also Latino actors that were somewhat forgotten, he brought them back also. Not only Latinos, he brought also a lot of actors, famous actors that people have forgotten about, and he brought them back and gave them a second chance.
Wow, that's really cool. No wonder you speak highly of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that I
no,
can see why.
He's a man. He's a man that I admire, that I respect, that I adore, and I miss him dearly. You know, I worked with him for 38 years, and I was just a kid, and then he took me under his wing. And people ask me, how do I know a lot of these people? Well, through him. You know, I met from presidents to the Pope to farm workers to dishwashers to secretaries to doctors through him. He was very well respected by the entertainment industry and by the American public and producers. And he was not, people thought he was very conservative, but no, he was very outspoken and very much ahead of his times on civil rights. And he was always helping Dolores Huerta. He was always helping Cesar Chavez, whoever needed it. Not only, like I said, not only Latinos. He would concentrate on Latinos because he used to say, it's not that I don't want to help people that are non-Latinos, but there's a lot of people helping the non-Latinos. And there's very few people helping our people, the Latinos. So I have to concentrate on the people that need me the most. And he would help also people when the AIDS virus started. Yeah. You know, he was the first one to come forward, the first Latino to come forward and say, we speak out and say we need to do something about it. So he was always there for children, the children that needed to be adopted, the handicapped, the disabled, the special needs. You know, he's always there.
He did a lot.
I could go, as you can see, I could go on and on and on about
it. Is that image of you with Sammy Davis Jr.?
Pardon?
Did you play in a movie with Sammy Davis Jr.?
No, I worked on a project with him, but it was not really, no. You know, it wasn't. I just knew him very well. Okay. As you know, Sammy Davis Jr. was Latino. He was Puerto Rican.
And legendary. Huge legend.
Oh, yes. He was part of the Rat Pack.
Tell me, you've been doing this with nosotros for, well, your advocacy with regard to Latin image in entertainment and media. Do you feel like it's come a long way since you began?
Yes and no. We've come a long ways where we have more members in the Screen Actors Guild that happen to be Latino. But unfortunately, we don't have the stars that we had before. Before we had a lot of them. We had, Rita Moreno. We had Rita Hayward, Dolores del Rio, Ricardo Montalbán, Cesar Romero, on and on and on. They were huge stars, but we have very few co-stars. Now it seems like we have a lot of actors, but we don't have the superstars like we did before. We have the Michael Peñas and the Jay Hernandez and the Salma Hayek and Jennifer Lopez and so on, but we don't have the huge superstars. I mean, when I say superstars, Jennifer Lopez is one superstar, but and Andy Garcia and Eddie Olmos and so forth. But in the old days, I mean, we have, for example, Dolores del Rio. She saved 20th Century Fox from bankruptcy. You had Rita Hayward, also another Latina. She saved Columbia from bankruptcy. We have Ramon Navarro, the original Ben-Hur. He also saved 20th Century Fox from bankruptcy. So those are the mega stars that we have, and we don't have those mega stars. They'll come maybe tomorrow, like we've had them in the past years, but then for some reason, they don't continue being the mega stars. And that's what's wrong, because we have the talent, we have the writers, we have the directors, we have the stars. But if you're a non-Latino star, you could do a series, and they cancel, and they give you another one, and then they give you another one. With Latinos, it seems like they just give you one shot, one chance. And I think we were better off a few years ago, but now with the internet and cable, you see more. If it had not been for cable and the internet, I think it would definitely be way behind. So, in my opinion, we have a long way to go, and we take we take 10 foot forward, and then we go back, 9 feet back. Wow. So we have a lot of work to do, but we have organizations like nosotros, National Council of Raza. We have the Hispanic Media Coalition, the Imagen Foundation, that are striving and fighting and protesting. We have to protest. We have to resist, and we have to work with the entertainment industry, and that's what we want. We don't want to fight them, and we don't want to challenge them. We just, Ricardo Montalbán always said, all we're asking is not to do us any favors, not to give us the jobs just because we happen to be Latinos. All we're asking you is to give us an opportunity to be able to compete, and if we qualify, give us a job and be fair about it. Just open the door.
Wow, I'm just soaking that in and processing it. What can we do as Chicanos, Latinos, Mexican Americans how do we?
Well, first thing is that whenever you see a Latino film that is coming out, and it comes out, go see it the first weekend. That's very important. Look at Coco. Coco has made close to $1 billion, in less than a year. That's one of the highest grossing Latino films. And animation. Nobody thought an animation movie and Mexican theme movie. So it's made close to $1 billion with the B dollars. Why? Because people went in droves and saw it the first weekend, and when they saw that there was hundreds and thousands and millions of people coming to see it, then non-Latinos also said, well, let's go see what they're all talking about. That's one. The other one is that when you see a film or a television show or a cable show, write a letter. Take the time to write a little note or email them. Nowadays, you could do it very easily. Because one letter, in the old days, one letter was equivalent to 10,000 phone calls. So, if you will email them and you will contact the studio or the production company or the TV station and tell them thank you for what you're doing, or blast them for what they're not doing, that would help. That would help a lot. and always promote. Whenever you see a Latino project that's out there and the people are asking you for their support, whether it's financial, whether it's to get people there, support it. You have to support it. And not only goes for films and entertainment, it goes for whatever. If you have your show, people should listen to your show. We should be writing. I should be writing a letter to your producers and the owners of the station, because the more letters you get, the more your higher power will be. You say, hey, these people are getting some ratings here. So that, or a supermarket that opens, that happens to be owned by Latinos. Go and patronize it. Go and buy stuff and go and support it and talk about it. And that's the same thing with the film industry. Support it, talk about it, go and buy tickets, go and buy, if there's designers that do design dresses, and, go and buy their dresses, go and buy their pants, go and buy their jeans, and whatever it is.
Okay, so first thing, see the Latino film the first week. Second idea is to write an email to the production company or a letter, which is equivalent to 10,000 phone calls, and promote and buy from Latin markets. Thank you so much for that. I know you are... Also,
if you write a letter, by law, they have to file those letters. But the FCC requires, the government requires that you file, that the networks and the stations and production companies file those letters. So if there ever is a question or problem with that production company, then somebody could always go to that file. Okay. So that's why it's important. Sorry.
Yes. Okay, got it. Now, just to wrap it up, I know, and I just want to, again, thank you for coming on the show, but you're campaigning, right? You're a city councilman until 2020. Are you campaigning for other...
Yes, I'm a councilman for the city of El Monte, which is in the Los Angeles County. We're one of the seventh largest city in the Los Angeles County area. And I'm not running, but I'm campaigning for 11 other candidates, one of them being our mayor, Andre Quintero. Andre Quintero is a young man, 43 years old, happens to be an attorney, and is also a prosecutor for the city of Los Angeles. And I'm working very hard to make sure that we get him reelected, because he's a good candidate, honest candidate, and very transparent. And we also have 10 other candidates from City Council woman, Maria Morales. We also want to get her elected to our City Council because somebody is vacating the seat. And we need to be working together, and we need a team to be able to continue moving the city forward. And of course, we also have school board members, water board members that I made a commitment to raise money to help them pay for a lot of the campaign materials and get them elected. And we call ourselves a Team El Monte. And last year we ran a team of eight people, and 7 of our slate got in. So that's my passion right now that I've been doing for the last 2 months. It's driving me crazy, but I'm loving that, and because we're getting good people in office and young people. We have, out of the 11 people, there's 8 women on the slate, and we have to elect women. We got to get in there a different perspective. We got to get we have to support our female candidates.
Thank you.
And so we're working very hard, and hopefully we will get our candidates in there. And thank you for you giving us a spot and giving us the place so we can platform, so we can be able to talk about what we're talking about right now, because it's very important. See, you also have an obligation, and you're fulfilling your media, your station, your venue, yourself. You're giving us an opportunity to be able to talk what we're talking about and help us fulfill our missions, and we help you fulfill your mission.
Absolutely.
It's a two-way street.
Absolutely. It's give and take. And thank you again. Is there any last words, anything inspirational you want to pass on to my audience?
I just want to say to the audience that we have to vote. Regardless of how you vote, we got to vote. You know where I stand. We need to change this direction that this country has gone. It's horrible. that I'm a Democrat, and but there's a lot of changes that need to be done. So I just ask you, please, it's too late to register for this election, but it's never too late for the next one. But vote. Get the people out there to vote and drive people that don't have a way to get in there. Get involved in your groups that you have there to get them to go out and vote. And one thing that I do, I just want to say to the press, I love the press. The press has always been very good to me. And I learned that from Ricardo Montalban. I've been very good to the press, and I think that, you're not the fake press. You are the real press. And the people that are the fake press is the one that don't give us a time and a platform to be able to express ourselves. And thank you for that.
Absolutely. And to just kind of touch up on what Jerry said, we are having a cruise to the polls. We're asking lowrider owners here in the Phoenix area to contact me to do a symbolic cruise to the polls. Lowrider cruise to the polls on election night, November 6th. Thank you so much, Jerry, for being a guest.
Thank you very much, and let's turn this city, the state, and this country blue.
Yes, and his name is Jerry Velasco. I know on the screen it says Velasquez, and I apologize in advance for that.
That's okay.
Thank you again, Jerry Velasco.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, and thank you for your time. Se cuiden. Muchas gracias a todos, y les agradezco del alma de Dios. Muchas gracias.
Ándale. Okay? Thank you. We're going to go on a quick break, and we're going to have Justice here momentarily. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
We're back. That's right. It's that time of year again. Corona Premier presents the 5th annual Arizona Hip Hop Festival, Saturday and Sunday, November 10th and 11th at the Entertainment District inside the heart of downtown Phoenix. Once again, Arizona Hip Hop makes history for the 5th year in a row. This time we're going 2 days in an all-new location. That's right, back-to-back days of Arizona hip hop community and culture. But hold up, we ain't done. You know this event is truly the talk of the town. It's major, it's controversial, it's revolutionary. It's the only place to be. Saturday, November 10th, Sunday, November 11th. We got live performances, painters, dancers, vendors, DJs, producers, models, cars, food trucks. Oh, and how could I forget Hip Hop Day? It's a holiday in the city of Phoenix. To purchase your tickets and see this year's lineup, visit azhiphopfestival.com.
Welcome back to the Tequila Onda radio show, and with me is Justice. Justice is with Respect the Underground. He founded that company, and he will be doing the 5th annual Arizona Hip Hop Fest. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being part of our platform. Tell us about the 5th annual Arizona Hip Hop Fest, what to expect. It's going to be my first time.
Wonderful. Well, it is our 5th year, so thank you to everybody who supported the last 4. We have changed locations. We'll be located on 1st Avenue, 1st Street in Washington to 2nd Street, parallel with Washington in the Entertainment District, all the participating businesses within the area. You've got Monarch Theater, Bar Smith, Lux, Marley's Restaurant, La Piazza Pizza, Kettle Black, as well as Cartel Coffee. Kids 12 and under are free. It is a family-friendly event, but it is hip-hop, so, you know, it won't be censored. We do have a section for the children, as well as educational workshops for the up-and-coming artists. We'll have a custom lowrider show provided by our partners at Rollers Only Car Club. Shout out to Fat Boy and Jose for making this connection as well.
Yeah.
And we have 8 stages in total, over 300 performers, all based in Arizona, as well as an open mic stage. If you've got kids that rap or want to perform, or you're an up-and-coming artist and you weren't on the bill officially, you can just show up, get a ticket to sign up, and we can give you an opportunity to perform.
Wow. And I just learned that I have a son. He's a 3rd-year med studies student at ASU, and he has like 10 beats and 20 lyrical raps, I guess. And
come by the office.
Yeah, you have reasonable rates if you have up-and-coming artists you have a Studio A and a Studio B.
Yes, ma'am.
How do these artists, these rappers, hip hoppers, get in touch with you to produce a song if that's their
All they've got to do is go to hksmusic.com. The calendar is available. If you see an open session, grab it. We are booked out about 6 and 8 weeks in advance in Studio B with Bag of Tricks Cat, Felix Don Gato. And then Studio A with Brian Gingrich is booked out about 8 to 12 weeks. So just get on the calendar when you can. Come in, work with us. You can always schedule an appointment with Respect the Underground. You can come in and sit down with us, as well as our good partners over at Icon Radio.
Tell us a little bit about yourself with regard to your music background.
I've been in the game 15 years. I've released 4 official albums, 3 with my group, 1 solo, a couple of mixtapes. I did the fight song for the Arizona State Sun Devils, Forks Up, that debuted in 2013. And, we just wanted to build something real for the city to be proud of, and it's grown exponentially every year. Year 1 of the Arizona Hip Hop Festival had a couple thousand people, 3 stages, and about 100 performers. This year, we're projecting 5,000 people per day. We will be operating Saturday and Sunday, Saturday, November 10th, Sunday, November 11th. If you are a veteran, either active duty or a post, veterans are in free, plus you get a guest. In honor of our veterans, salute everybody that, allowed us to be free. So to honor our veterans and honor our Veteran Day, all active duty and post military will be admitted free with a guest.
Yeah, because Veterans Day.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
And
that
it is
so
the
cool.
3rd annual Hip Hop Day with former Mayor Greg Stanton.
Okay. Okay, I just kind of want to repeat this. Justice has his 5th annual Arizona Hip Hop Fest, November 10th and 11th. So there's expected to be about 10,000 people attending.
In circulation throughout the day. There won't be 5,000 at one moment, but you will get about that.
In and out. And you have a lot of vendors, like over 100 vendors.
Yes, ma'am. The iconic alley behind Monarch and Bar Smith that is muraled with all the beautiful paintings. The city is activating that. Shout out to our partners, Downtown Phoenix Inc. They will be power washing it, gutting it, removing the dumpsters, and we will have a stage with over 30 live visual artists painting live, as well as about 25 vendors, food trucks. We have the Elote Man AZ, Fruitlandia, Pokies, El Centro Cochina for the tacos, the street taco. Shout out to Dom inside of Bar Smith, as well as Mr. Wonderful's Chicken and Waffles, Big Cuzzo's Barbecue. There'll be a lot of food, music, people, paintings. Bring your kids. It's a beautiful time for culture and civic pride in the Valley.
And it's going to be at 122 East Washington Street in Phoenix. Again, to my audience, it's 2 days of Hip Hop Fest, November 10th and 11th between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m.
Yeah, that's actually the after party at Jaguars. The festival is 10 a.m. Doors open at noon. We'll run till 10 p.m. And then the official after party Saturday and Sunday night will be at Jaguars Gentlemen Club, the only strip club we're going to in the Valley.
Okay, alrighty then. So, is there any final words?
No, we'll see you there. If you guys want tickets, just share this interview and let them know. And thank you to the Tequila show.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we appreciate you recognizing the event and allowing us to come up and talk about it.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. And how many lowriders are you going to have there?
You got to talk to Fat Boy. I think he's bringing out about 15 each day. We'll have 15 custom cars approximately each day.
Is Fat Boy Enrique?
Yes.
Okay.
Enrique.
I didn't want to assume.
No, yeah. I mean, Jose. Those are the guys, man. They're the ones who make that happen with the cars. And next year we will be expanding, shutting down Adams and having a full-blown car show.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have probably about 100 cars next year. But this year we're just getting to know the new location and figuring out what works and what doesn't to make it better and grow.
Well, I appreciate you having a voter registration drive there at the event.
Are you the one doing that?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And even though it'll be after Election Day, we got to continue the fight.
Yeah,
and
rock the
I
vote.
personally want to thank you for working with our community and other minority classes through, the lowrider community.
Hip hop is there is no color. It's it's everybody. It's a culture.
Yeah, I know, but to sort of lend good, positive energy, I want to thank you for that. So
Well, thank you. It's about the city too.
Yep.
City and the state is for Arizona.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you for listening. As Valdo says hi, as Valdo says bye. Thank you.
Adios.
Thank
Hasta
you.
luego.
Before I go.